away from going live on FM 94.3, which we do every single day, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time. The name of the show / podcast for Walton Beach, What We're Doing. Host, Gareth Stearns. Co-host for today, Ashley Sukalski. Welcome back, Ashley.
Thank you.
If you'd like to give us a call, we are live, 850-374-3468. It's an actual radio show that doubles as a podcast. We stream it on YouTube every single day. And it's your daily dose of local news, community engagement, in-studio interviews with local movers and shakers, and sports and local history, whenever I can squeeze it in. And I'm going to go over there and kind of get ready. Ashley, be mindful. They can hear you right now.
All by myself.
We'll plug into the commercials very momentarily.
Talk to myself.
Talk amongst yourselves. Go ahead and introduce you to my co-host here. Ashley, this is Scott Timmsen.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good to see
I
you.
met Nikki's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I was watching you guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know you. What do I know you? I gotta place it.
Small town. Small town.
Yeah, Nikki's.
Let me just give you a quick run through. You want to be about this distance from the mic. This will be your headset. I give weird time cues through the window over there. Like this means 3 minutes, but that 3 minutes is to a musical cue, which gives us 30 seconds. So if you're in story mode and you hear the music, don't be like, oh, and just stop. Just kind of wind up your point because we have 30 seconds from that point.
Gotcha.
So my time cues are to the 30-second musical one.
Okay.
All right. Are you a stander or a sitter?
Probably a sitter.
All right. Well, there you go. You got both options.
Awesome.
We'll just kind of seat you out here for now while we get the
Absolutely.
show started, and then we'll bring you in after the first break. Okay. You need water or anything? Okay. Real quick, hold on. Cynthia's here too. Let's see if I can get her set up. Was that a groan? Okay. So they're going to share this microphone.
Okay.
So Cynthia, are you going to want to get on too? No. Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to,
I'm-
he's gonna fill your time.
Okay. All right. Then she's just going to be in the background.
She can't, I mean, she
But we
can be on
can.
camera.
We've
Yeah.
got an extra headset, and you have to. You don't want to call her at night. Do you want me to mention your name at all? That you.
No, I think you can say that.
You were. Okay. Well, are you going to be in here during this? Because you can listen. If, you know, okay, that's fine too. Yeah. Wherever you want to be. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. And
I have a breaking news announcement on here too.
sweet.
Pascal and Company, I'm Frankie Bennett. Pensacola, Florida, one person is dead after a driver attempted to flee from an officer on Tuesday evening. According to police reports, an officer tried to stop a vehicle when it fled and hit another vehicle at T and Avery Street. The driver of that vehicle was pronounced dead on the scene. The incident is still under investigation by the Florida Highway Patrol. And from the Walton County Sheriff's Office, the two students that were injured in the stabbing incident at Walton Middle School yesterday remain in critical condition. One student was life-flighted to Pensacola and the other was taken to Fort Walton Beach Medical. The suspect was found a block away from campus and is in custody. And the Okaloosa Board of County Commissioners has declared today is a yellow flag day at the beach. There is a potential for rip currents, so use caution. With Omni Broadcasting News brought to you by McCaskill and Company, I'm Frankie Bennett.
Since 1966, Fort Walton Beach has trusted Miracle Strip Body Shop for collision repair. Locally owned and operated, they treat your car like family because they're your neighbors. From dents and dings to major collision, the expert team at Miracle Strip Body Shop gets you back on the road safely and looking sharp.
Miracle Strip made my car look brand new, and the service was amazing.
Experience hometown care with professional results at 318 Racetrack Road Northwest in Fort Walton Beach. Online at miraclestripbodyshop.com. Miracle Strip Body Shop, where quality meets trust since 1966.
We believe in a few simple truths. When you make a promise, you keep it. Treat people fairly, and you'll earn their respect. Be yourself, and you'll find where you belong. When you belong to Eglin Federal Credit Union, you always know that someone's got your back, because we are people helping people. The members of this credit union, our neighbors, our communities. And if there's one thing we know, trust is something you can't earn in a day. We've been serving our community since 1954. Visit us at eglinfcu.org/join or at a branch, where members matter most. Insured by NCUA.
1 in 10 people age 50 and older in the U.S. have early age-related macular degeneration.
Because macular degeneration often has no early symptoms, many don't know they have it until irreversible vision loss has already occurred. Well, when I first found out that I had macular degeneration, it was really scary. I mean, my eyes are my living.
What's most important for me to see? My family, my loved ones, my pickleball game. Everything I do is dependent upon my vision.
Being able to see, be able to spend time with my children, be able to travel is extremely important. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't have my vision. Don't miss life's most beautiful moments.
Schedule a comprehensive eye exam to protect your sight.
Macular Degeneration Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Go to stopamd.org to learn more.
Every 65 seconds, someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's disease. Many don't even know it.
I just knew that I wasn't the high-performing person I used to be. Pieces of my past are being erased. I was lucky we caught this at the very earliest stages. I hope that my story can give other people hope. There is life to be lived. Increasingly, there will be treatments. We need to invest even more in research and finding treatments and cures.
Bright Focus Foundation's Alzheimer's Disease Research Program has invested more than $175 million in breakthrough research.
If your loved one or you yourself are sitting there thinking, something is wrong, I'm not who I used to be, You can get some answers and you can get them for free.
Call us at 1-855-345-6237 or visit us online at brightfocus.org/brainhealth to learn more.
Let me tell you about my hometown. I want the world to know about the sights to see and things to do on the Gulf of Mexico. The home of Eglin Air Force Base, the largest in the world. Test flights, rocket sites, famous proving ground. Fort Walton, that's my hometown. See Billy Bowlegs and pirate ships, they plunder and they loot. There's Big Blue Marlin and fighting sails, plus water sports to suit. The whitest sands in all the land in the playground town are found. From north, south, east, west, all our pleasure bound. Fort Walton, that's my hometown. There's Wayside Pier, the living sea, and surfing at its best. It's the place that's known as the Miracle Strip, leading all the rest. WNUE, big professional sound. Fort Walton, that's my hometown. Fort Walton, that's my hometown.
Gotta get that in there. Welcome to Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing, your daily dose of local news, community engagement, in-studio interviews with local movers and shakers, and sports and local history whenever I can squeeze it in. Your host, Gareth Stearns. Co-host for the day, Miss Ashley Sukalski. Once again, how are you doing, Miss Sukalski?
I am doing wonderful, Gareth. Just living the dream on this Wednesday.
And I don't normally get to see you on Wednesdays.
No.
We're usually graced with your presence every Monday as co-host, and you secured an excellent guest for our 4 o'clock hour.
Yeah, I thought we'd do a twofer. You had room, and she wanted to come talk about one of her events that Okaloosa Gas is sponsoring, and since they're one of your sponsors, I thought it would be a good match.
That is what this show is about. We like to lift up the community in ways that no one else can. We also like to consider ourselves a bit of a news aggregator, so we deliver the news that we discover on other sites, such as Get the Coast and Mid-Bay News, WEAR TV, whatever we see as far as public announcements on Facebook from the cities and the local sheriff's departments and whatnot, and we share that with you on the daily basis. And we also like to lift up the community. If you have a special event or an anniversary, reach out to us. We'd love to have you on. We appreciate the support of all of our sponsors. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and kick things off because it's such a beautiful day. Let's talk about the local weather report for Wednesday, March 25th, brought to you by Okaloosa County Commissioner Sherry Cox, who we're actually trying to get on the show next Monday, are we not?
I'm trying. Let me Facebook her right now.
She's very, 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 very busy. Today in Fort Walton Beach, partly cloudy skies, but mostly wall-to-wall sunshine with a high of 74 degrees this afternoon, cooling down to a comfortable 63 degrees by midnight, so crack open those windows. Tomorrow is going to be wall-to-wall sunshine with highs reaching 76 degrees. Friday and Saturday shaping up to continue this most excellent stretch of weather we've been in. And that's your local weather report brought to you by Okaloosa County Commissioner Sherry Cox. Rain, wind, or sun, Commissioner Cox gets it done. Yes, she came up with that on her own.
That's amazing.
You'd think that she's like run a campaign or two in her time.
She's definitely done some marketing in her time, that's for sure.
Graduate of Choctawhatchee High School, just like you and me, both last century, right? Yeah.
No.
Just means we're more experienced.
Not me.
Than most.
Not me, buddy.
Well,
Not me.
Hey, congrats to your son who's off on his journey to.
Mike, he's heading to Utah to be a firefighter after graduating from Choctaw and doing the Conservation Corps, the local Gulf Corps Okaloosa County chapter that he's the flagship class of them. So I'm going to try to get them in here one day when they're kind of in the area and talk about Conservation Corps and some of the opportunities that they have for our local youth. I think 18 to 20, I want to say 24. But it's cool. They do like different like sections where they'll go plant like seagrass, and they'll go do dune restoration, and they'll go do wildfire mitigation, and they'll do stuff with the pine trees, and it's so cool.
That's really neat. How was all of this funded? Is this stuff that was potentially on the chopping block when Doge was doing all of its stuff, or?
So it's an AmeriCorps program, and I believe some of the AmeriCorps programs that, I don't know, I don't want to speak out of turn. Some of them were slashed, but the Conservation Corps has been around since the 40s. And it has deep roots in environmental restoration, workforce development, kind of like it's like a so it's funded for years, and the different chapters have to write grants to get their funding. And the way that I think all of them work this way, but I could be wrong. But what happens is when you join the Conservation Corps, you get accepted to a session. You get a living stipend, like a weekly living stipend that's fully taxed, and then you get $5,000 a term, a 1,200-hour term towards a trade school, like a technical school. So it's a lot of opportunity, but it's a nationwide program, and I'd love to get them in here. I'll get to work on that.
Yeah, that would work perfectly, because we have a historical component that we could tie in as well. The Civilian Conservation Corps was heavily involved in the 1930s in this area in putting to work young men who were just out of high school, and of course this is pre-World War II, and it was an opportunity, and during the Depression, and it was an opportunity to give them life skills, a monthly stipend that they could send home to their family and contribute, and all the while they were learning a trade and contributing in the community. In this area, they built thatched huts over on the original Tower Beach on Okaloosa Island. They built an entrance to what at the time was going to be known as Little Bayou State Park. Little Bayou became known as Paquito Bayou. That's how we remember it these days. It's now owned by the military, but that little bayou back there, which is what it was known as, prior to World War II, was being developed as a recreational center, and the entrance to there it actually still stands. It's a stone entrance. It's right at the corner of Eglin Parkway and 12th Avenue, just as you would turn down to go towards Meg's. And it's just one of the standing living vestiges of the Civilian Conservation Corps back in the 1930s
I'll
in
have
this
to go
area.
take a picture of that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
well, I could share it with you. I've done a then and now comparison, and I've got a couple things related to it. Just nerd stuff. We're radio's version of Laugh-In. We will touch on a little bit of everything. In the next segment, we're actually going to be welcoming in Mr. Scott Timmsen, who is an AV and IT networking expert, and he's going to talk about, recently he went to an Okaloosa County School Board meeting and raised some concerns that he discovered just through some independent research having to do with funding within the school district. And we're going to allow him to expound upon that here on the show today in the next segment. And we're going to be joined by Ms. Cindy Berry of Okaloosa Gas in the 4 p.m. hour. If you would like to give us a shout, we have an open phone line all the way until 5 p.m., 850-374-3468. You can ask our guests whatever you'd like, or you could circle back to anything that we've touched on, or if you have something of concern or of import that you would like to share with the community, this is the place to do it. Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing, your daily dose for all things like that. With Gareth Stearns and Ashley Sukalski today. Ashley, how you been the last couple days? It's been 48 hours since we've seen each other.
I've been really busy. I have been really busy. So I'm happy to be here, happy to chit-chat with your guest and my guest, and I think I might have 2 special announcements today.
Ooh.
Yeah, and a marketing announcement that I forgot on Monday.
Okay. Well, we've got plenty of show left to do that.
Yeah.
Not so much time in this segment as we are about to go to our first paid commercial break.
Hey, before you do that, in the Fort Walton Beach song,
yeah.
Will you play it again?
When we come back from break?
Yeah, because where was the living aquarium? Was that the Gulf area?
Yes, that was the Living
okay.
Sea was
The
an
Living
attraction
Sea.
they had at the Gulfarium. You like look through a little plate glass window. They had a scuba diver in there, and you would like touch the turtles, and that sounded kind of strange. Anyway, you never know what you're going to hear on Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing. We do have to pay a few bills, though, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Tax tax relief for individuals and businesses affected by natural disasters. I'm Hillary Barsky with your Fox Business Tax Tip coming up.
This daily tax tip is brought to you by Rutherford Accounting Service. For all your bookkeeping and tax needs, call Rutherford Accounting at 460-2995 or stop by the office at 127 Harbor Boulevard, Suite 3A in Destin.
Individuals and businesses in federally declared disaster zones can receive filing extensions and may deduct losses suffered. CPA and tax attorney Alan J. Strauss says there's a choice.
They can take those losses on a return they have not filed and take it in the year the loss occurred. For example, natural disaster that occurs in February of 2023, and you haven't yet filed your 2022 return. You are allowed to take that 2023 loss on your 2022 return.
Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
Things are more expensive now for my wife and I, so we have decided that we would make changes in terms of our expenditures.
I live downstairs with one thermostat. She lives upstairs with two thermostats, but they all cost one price.
I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money.
You can look at your bills based on cooling, heating, and it'll break it down to the dollar value.
My wife and I have been able to see a change in our expenditure on energy.
I can actually have ownership and knowledge over my power bill.
Why call two men in a truck? You're moving and you work hard. You've got lots of stuff and no time to move. You need pros, trained professionals, moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. A team who will work hard to get the job done right. You want people who care about your things as much as you do. Time is of the essence and you want it done fast. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck. The movers who care. Visit twomeninatruck.com today and get moving. 850-267-0444.
Marine Max of Fort Walton Beach is your leading boat dealer in the Florida Panhandle. Their extensive selection of premium boats by Grady White make them an obvious choice. The experienced staff of Marine Max is there to help you through every step of the buying process, making finding the Grady White boat of your dreams easy. See their full inventory of Grady White boats at Marine Max, Fort Walton Beach, Highway 98 across from Whataburger, just 1 block west of Beale. Online at marinemax.com.
Let's take a trip. Take a car or a bus or a plane or train or ship. Let's get going where there ain't no snowing down Florida way. Cause we gotta be on our way today. To the Gulf Coast of Florida, like I say, to the Miracle Strip, USA.
And welcome back to Fort Walton Beach, what we're doing at your daily dose of local news, community engagement, in-studio interviews with local movers and shakers, a little bit of sports and local history whenever I can squeeze it in. Your host for the day, Gareth Stearns, and Miss Ashley Sukalski. And we are welcoming into the studio our first guest of the day. Our Miracle Strip Body Shop afternoon interview segment of the day kicks off with Mr. Scott Timmsen, a local IT expert. Scott, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Thank you for coming, and welcome to Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing Studios. First off, tell the folks who you are and what it is that you do here locally.
So my name is Scott, and I work on different AV stuff and IT stuff. I've kind of migrated from the commercial version of IT over to the residential. I mean, it's still commercial because it's rentals, short-term rentals, but I've been all the way up the chain from residential through commercial, and this is a completely different beast. The rental side of it has really, it's really a different kind of animal, so I'm trying to get into that, dissect that. I've been doing that for 3 years now on my own.
Oh, very cool.
So.
Yeah. Well, you know, for the average listener, I don't know. Treat our average listener as if they're as ignorant as I am with respect to this. Okay, so how complex are modern IT systems compared to what people might imagine?
It's purposefully complex. I can put it that way. We use the internet today as a society. Like, we scroll on our phone and we do different things like that. And we've migrated from. See, I was at 16. I started at an internet service provider in West Palm when it was dial-up. So I'm coming from that level of working through it. I graduated at 16 and was working down there. But yeah, so back in the day we had to dial in, and then you would go to a website and you were logging onto the internet. Nowadays it's, hey, are you on Wi-Fi? You know, even the kids, they don't know I'm on the internet, they say, oh, the Wi-Fi, if the Wi-Fi's broke.
Sure.
So I get a phone call, and it's, hey, the Wi-Fi stopped working. I'm like, okay, well, is the modem on? You know, that's where it's boiled down to at this point. Can you go look and see if there's flashing lights? But yeah, it is very complex, and it's like I said, it's purposefully that way to obfuscate certain pricing and allow people to be gated out of understanding.
Okay, and I guess we're going to touch a little bit on something that you feel like you've uncovered with respect to the Okaloosa County School District. Now, you recently spoke at an Okaloosa County School Board meeting, did you not?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I went to the school board meeting the other night and presented a packet to the board about some things that were questionable.
Now, you have no affiliation with the district or vendors or anything like that, correct?
No, sir, I don't. Yeah, I'm a private citizen. I have a huge background in IT at a corporate level. You know, I mean, I worked at Walmart, worked on their data center floors. I understand what high complexity looks like from an infrastructure standpoint. I built the backbone of the internet in the Midwest, doing fiber installs at Air Force bases. So, I mean, I understand the different levels of security, different levels of complexity, and I think that's where I was coming from when I went to that meeting.
Okay, so you were compelled to go to this Okaloosa County School Board meeting. Can you tell us the story and make it relatable? Like, walk us through the moment that first caught your attention that compelled you to want to speak at the school board meeting.
Sure. So I was doom scrolling on Facebook. Well, for my business, I go on Facebook and I try to interact with the local scene so that I'm promoted in the algorithm, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. It's a necessary evil.
It's a necessary evil.
Yep.
And so I came across something, and it was in the Crestview post, and it said, does this make sense to you guys? Like, that was the paraphrasing. Does any of this make sense? So I pulled it up, and it was an IT proposal for the school board for Okaloosa County, and I was like, okay, I mean, yeah, I'll try, I'm just going to dig into this real quick and then just give you give this person a synopsis. I have no idea what's going on. So I was like, yeah. I started looking, and it's redacted heavily. I'm like, wow. In today's society, being heavily redacted comes with negative connotations like crazy.
Right. Is that something that just off on the surface, is that typically abnormal to see a redacted contract? I mean, what specifically stood out to you that set this apart from any other type of normal redaction that might appear?
Right. So there are, it's difficult because there are trade secrets that people, but it's not really secret. Here's what's crazy. You can go to any tech college and you can even look it up on Google. What are the standard operating procedures for building out infrastructure on a network? And if you have the time and the dedication, you can sit down and work it all out. So it's not something that needs to be redacted. We're not asking for passwords. You know what I mean? I can understand redaction of passwords, the length of passwords, what specific encryption that you're using, different things like that. I'm looking at just strictly I just need a model number from a piece of equipment. And that's another thing, is a lot of IT will obscure they'll sell you equipment that you cannot look up on Amazon. That's the way that I tell my customers. They're like, well, why did I spend $2,000 on this piece of networking equipment and on your invoice it says $92? Like, why? What is that? Well, because they're selling you a piece of equipment that you cannot look up easily. Like, you can't just go to Amazon. You can't just go and look and find the MSRP on this.
So it's purposeful obfuscation.
Yes, sir. And I understand that you would, like I said, want to hide certain things, but the size of the switch matters because you're going to be in a certain ballpark. The name brand of the switch is going to matter. Mm-hmm. The industry has this hierarchy of parts. You've got your Netgear. There's a bunch of different brands out there. Netgear, Cisco. We're familiar with Cisco being enterprise or large brand name. Oracle, Juniper. These are large-scale operations that you would see at a corporate business, at a data center, all the way down to your Eros and your Linksys that we have at our houses. You know what I mean? So they come in different layers. So you would expect to see larger equipment, larger layered things, but all of that's redacted, including the price.
So did they give you, it was a public records request, right? Is that what?
That's what it appeared to be to me.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, well, let me go. So I took it upon myself to go look at the website and see what's available. There's a document store that's on the website. So
The website, you mean the Okaloosa County School District?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
website.
So the Okaloosa, right. They have a website and they have different bids and different things like that, some things that are posted up there, some of them financially detailed.
Well, as you started digging, what kind of documents were you looking at?
So I found, I started trying to look for the numbers. I'm like, okay, well, we already have equipment. There was somebody else before, because it looked like a new bid had come through. And so that's what was being asked for, but there was already previous equipment there. So let me go back. So I went back and I found some stuff from 2014 and 2024. And the numbers were insane to me, looking at it from an IT perspective.
Like the budget numbers, like the spend?
Budget numbers, right. For instance, we've got Chromebooks and we have iPads that are in class, and those come with a price tag for the general public, so it's not that hard to see. So
keep going. You're good.
No, yeah, you're plenty of time.
Yeah.
So basically, I started looking, and MSRP, you can pick up a Chromebook. Like you can go, this is one of those things where you can go to Amazon and you can look, well, what does a Chromebook cost? You got to remember that we've all been to Sam's Club, so you're looking at an Amazon price for one Chromebook. You also got to think that the school board is going to buy 17,000 Chromebooks is what the number from 2014 or 2024 was. Between that 10-year block, they provided not the company that currently is, but the previous company provided 43,000 total devices. 17,000 of those were Chromebooks. So if I'm going to buy 17,000 Chromebooks, I better be getting less than MSRP for it. You know what I mean? Because you're looking at a Sam's Club size order, just massive. You know what I mean? That's the best way that I can describe it to the public.
Sure.
So what did you find on? So what document did you look at to find what the school board actually spent?
So it was I brought some of the documents with me. Well, I brought the report of the documents with me.
Okay.
So basically it was, the specific document was ITB 26-05, the hardware cost. And that's where the prices were redacted. That's the latest one where the prices are redacted. The previous one.
It's crazy.
Right? The previous one was, I don't.
Oh, so this is a record. This is a report you created.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I pulled 100.
And is this based off the original records request?
Yes, because
Okay.
I was looking at the original records request, got kind of the nomenclature for how they were putting all the bids and stuff in there, and then I went from there and started trying to break it down to see what, like I said, what we had previously purchased on all of this. And it come to find out, we're not actually purchasing it, we're leasing it. So we're renting it.
Yeah.
And that brought up a different perspective for me too, is because if we're leasing it at purchasing prices each year, that didn't seem right to me.
Yeah. They may get like a grant or something. I don't know. I'd be curious about that. I will say this though, for the records requests, like when I make a records request to like the city, and because I have
right
a lot of them, if I am not happy with the records request that I get back, if something that I don't feel is redacted that should not be, in my opinion, I as a person that has asked for the records request am entitled to the specific statute by which the redactions were supported. It's statutory. Like if it's not in the statute, they can't redact them.
Right.
So were you able to get that information in the next segment coming up?
Yeah, you're getting good at this,
I am
Ashley.
getting good at it.
All
yeah.
right. So stew on that question. Scott Timmsen, IT expert. For Walton Beach, what we're doing is going to step away to pay a few bills, but don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. For Walton Beach, what we're doing.
is a Fox News alert. I'm Tom Graham. A California jury awarding $3 million following a lawsuit targeting Meta and YouTube. It's the first of its kind, accusing the social media platforms of harming children.
The case centering on a now 20-year-old plaintiff, KGM, who alleged the tech companies knowingly created addictive platforms that led to her depression and self-harm at a young age, joining YouTube and Instagram before she was 10 years old.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. Efforts are underway in the Senate to end the partial government shutdown and fund the Department of Homeland Security. Democrats are demanding any deal include changes to ICE.
Republicans have sent an offer to Democrats to fund all of DHS except for ICE's deportation wing, but Democrats wouldn't get those major ICE reforms they've been demanding. Republicans say they're now waiting for a response.
Fox's Bill Malugin on Capitol Hill. America is listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts.
Omni Broadcasting News, brought to you by McCaskill & Company. I'm Frankie Bennett. Pensacola, Florida. One person is dead after a driver attempted to flee from an officer on Tuesday evening. According to police reports, an officer tried to stop a vehicle when it fled and hit another vehicle at T and Avery Street. The driver of that vehicle was pronounced dead on the scene. The incident is still under investigation by the Florida Highway Patrol. And from the Walton County Sheriff's Office, the two students that were injured in the stabbing incident at Walton Middle School yesterday remain in critical condition. One student was life-flighted to Pensacola and the other was taken to Fort Walton Beach Medical. The suspect was found a block away from campus and is in custody. And the Okaloosa Board of County Commissioners has declared today is a yellow flag day at the beach. There is a potential for rip currents, so use caution. With Omni Broadcasting News brought to you by McCaskill & Company, I'm Frankie Bennett.
Welcome to Coastal Auto Express, your local family-owned auto repair shop committed to quality workmanship and exceptional customer care. We focus on honest communication, personalized service, and dependable results. From paint and bodywork to full mechanical repairs, our experienced team is dedicated to keeping your vehicle running safely and smoothly. Every repair is backed by a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. We are honored to support our troops with a 15% military discount. Coastal Auto Express. Service you can trust.
At Okaloosa Gas, we are offering an $800 rebate when you switch your electric heat pump or propane furnace to natural gas. It'll keep you warmer and will cost much less than electric or propane. Or if you want to upgrade your current natural gas furnace to a newer, more efficient model, you'll receive a $400 cash rebate. You know, it just might snow. Again. So stay warm and cozy this winter the natural gas way. Learn more at OkaloosaGas.com.
Small businesses are the heart of America. Like you, these entrepreneurs started out with a dream and the drive to build a better life. If you have a small business idea to grow or challenge to face, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1964, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses. Today, they are the nation's largest nonprofit source of expert mentoring, resources, and education. Whether you're starting out, building back, or have worked at it for years, SCORE will match you with specialized mentors. Our thousands of volunteers provide the guidance and connections you need for free. Your success is waiting. SCORE is ready to help. Find a mentor today at SCORE.org.
And welcome back to Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing. And I'll give you either of my
What
people
was that?
in studio.
No,
so you
nobody
obviously
knows.
don't know.
Nobody knows.
You don't know?
No.
That was the intro to my favorite television show growing up. You can't do that on television. It was Nickelodeon. It's the origin of the green slime. You're familiar with green slime,
you know what you
right?
need to queue up since we have an IT guy from the 1900s here?
Yeah.
You should queue up an AOL dial tone for the people that don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
We'll definitely do that. But yeah, you can't do that on television. It was whenever you said the phrase "I don't know," that's what brought the mysterious green slime down from the ceiling.
That's what that show was called.
The origin
I
of the
didn't watch
green slime.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, we all know about the green slime.
Who had time for Nickelodeon? Nobody.
Alanis Morissette did. That's where she got her start.
I was working.
Isn't that ironic?
Isn't that ironic?
Don't you think?
Womp womp.
Don't you think?
Scott Timmsen is our Miracle Strip Body Shop afternoon interview segment of the day for the 3 o'clock hour. Scott is an IT expert, and he went down a little bit of a rabbit hole in researching the public records and the Okaloosa County School District's website for such ventures. And he noticed what he dubs some areas of concern that he identified. And could you maybe... without making accusations, could you tell us what some of the biggest areas of concern were for you that you identified?
Yes.
You mentioned in the millions of dollars potentially. So what does that number represent?
Can I do a quick summary of like the Sunshine Law
Please.
and how the records request process works? Because I
yes.
think we patched it together in that last segment.
Yeah.
So in like 30 seconds or less, basically any government entity that is funded by taxpayer money is subject to the Florida Sunshine Law, which is a law of transparency that the financials are available, written communication is available, text messages hilariously are available sometimes. There's some fun stuff. You can have fun with records requests. I have a lot of fun with them all the time. I'm sorry, Kim Barnes, if you're listening. What you can do is you can go to any of those, typically it's on their website. You'll look for public, I can't remember. It's FPOIA or FPRR, public records request. And you send what you want to see in the more intentful, what's the word?
In depth.
The more specific and in depth you ask for, you get, replies back based on the statute, the Florida state statutes that have a redaction layout. So like if you were to, I don't know, look for a police report on a city council member or something and you get one back, that victim's name is going to be redacted, but the rest of the narrative is not.
Right.
Did you know that?
Right.
I didn't know that till we pulled one. And then, in this case, there was a request for pricing on, what was the original request? Pricing on some school...
No, so it was a pricing on IT equipment.
Pricing on IT equipment.
Well, it was the new bid. There was
Okay.
a new bid that happened in June.
Okay.
And it's like,
Okay.
so where's the money, right? So I was just looking on Facebook, saw this request for help, and then I started digging in, and then I started looking to see what information do we have available from the website that had the last actual numbers on it, money numbers. So just a quick rundown of what I found. Essentially, and this, I'm not allegations. This is just what it looks like. This is what it looks like from the numbers that were provided, because they didn't give a total number. They just gave a device number. And what we're doing is the IT company is charging the county by seat. And what that means is each device. So in licensing in IT, you have a seat license in corporations and in enterprise. For a home user, you buy a copy of Windows, you install it on your computer, and Microsoft considers that a seat. That's your copy, only to be used on that computer, etc. So you pay a one-time fee, you get Microsoft Windows. With this is a lease by seat. So essentially, we're renting all of the equipment. So we're renting 17,000 Chromebooks, 20,000 iPads, 5,000 laptops, 900 desktops. So essentially we're renting 43,000 compute units, right? Units that do connect to the internet and
How
do
many students are
different
there?
things. 30 to 35,000. The website says 30,000-ish. Around approximately 30,000. So, you know, and I understand and from an IT background, here's why you would need to have 43,000 devices. I don't think that it would need to be that much, but why you would need to have more devices than you have students is because if something happens to a device, you want to have a new device in that student's hand that afternoon. You don't want to have to ship it off and wait 2 weeks for them to get you a replacement device. That makes sense. I understand that. But I think that that's within a margin of error, and 43,000 devices seems to be a bit excessive, first and foremost.
Sure. You also have to have a dedicated computer lab for
absolutely
for other things,
for projects,
for
absolutely.
projects, for closed circuit tests that you're not going to let the kid.
That's
like my
right.
nieces have them. I obviously am way too. Gareth and I are way too old to have computers in school. So that wasn't something we did, but like they're not allowed to use their take-home computer for testing. So
That's right.
then you have to have an extra 100 computers per school ish.
Sure, that's
so
right.
when you think about it, that kind of makes sense. And then you have like higher technical units, I'm sure, that would do like 3D printing, like all the
Yes.
stuff you learn on that you're not going to take home. So that
That's right.
actually does not seem terrible.
And the high
to
school
me.
has an AV department where they're doing video editing.
Yeah.
While I was at the school board meeting, I saw them. They are producing amazing videos. These are great.
Yeah.
You know, this is awesome. This
Yep.
is what makes me happy.
The county,
is that
I
we
think,
are trying
does
to
a
do
hiring, like a summer internship with them.
That's awesome.
Which is, I think, very cool.
The issue is that we're getting charged. For me, here's my rub with it, is that we're getting charged annually $292 to rent this device when we and they're only replacing them every 3 to 5 years. So at this cost, we could buy brand new Chromebooks each year for the charge, for us being charged $24. And this is another thing. In the numbers, the way that it was presented to the board from the IT company, they said, oh, it's $24 a device. And, you know, after the meeting, there was a board member came up and he's like, hey, where do you think that we could save the most money? And I'm like, well, two things. One, the licensing for our switches, because they're giving us Department of Defense trading floor level security for Chromebooks that are connecting over the cloud with an encrypted, like you're going from point A to point B. We don't need trading floor or Department of Defense level of security, banking security for our schools like that. We do need security, but there's no private information being stored there, you know? So it's like, what are we doing there? And then secondly, the charge for the monthly reoccurring cost of it's $1 million, $1.2 million a month just for the 43,000 devices. That's the breakdown. And another issue that I discovered was that this Teleforce company appears, I'm not saying that they are, but in the documents it looks like we're paying them $15,000 a month for internet service provided, but we actually have a grant for our internet service for Cox and the different companies that are serving the schools. So, and that wasn't very clear either, which I've got to be very specific in the next records request.
Yeah.
And I'm going to request those things to get a better picture, because it's so blurry, because there's so many different documents that are tied to all of this, and none of it is in a good centralized place.
That's pretty common in government.
Well, you say that, but
it's like very common in government.
In Arkansas, and this, you know, this is another thing. I personally put together the bid for the Benton County schools when they got Wi-Fi we were upgrading the Wi-Fi system in 2015. So I put together the bid and put it forward to them. And I did not win the bid, but I got third place. And they, you know, I was competing against, again, other national brands, Walter, Black Box, and they're like, here's everything, you know, and they put it out on their website. We had the bid, and here's what the result was.
We'll come back to that in the next segment.
You're listening to Scott Timmsen, IT expert, talking about the Okaloosa County School District and some questions related to funding. And you're listening to Gareth Stearns and Ashley Sukalski here on For Walton Beach, What We're Doing. One more segment with Scott. Stick around.
What does life after service look like? Kicking back? Taking it easy? We believe it looks a little different. It looks like leading for all veterans, helping shape policies to make certain they get the benefits they've earned, and ensuring every veteran's voice is heard. It looks like advancing to meet today's veterans where they are, lifting them up and strengthening the bond that unites us. It It looks like serving when disaster strikes, with boots on the ground helping our communities recover and rebuild. From the capital to our hometowns, we don't just show up when it's easy. We show up when it matters. Because a veteran's mission never truly ends, and neither does ours. The VFW, still leading, still advancing, still serving. Get involved at stillserving.org.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Feeling run down? Need a boost? Thrive Wellness in Fort Walton Beach is your medically staffed one-stop shop for total health and wellness. From IV therapy, B12 injections, and GLP-1 weight loss treatments to peptides, hormone therapy, Botox, and hot flash relief, Thrive Wellness has you covered. Find them across from Uptown Station at 98 Eglin Parkway. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 2. And our military, healthcare workers, and first responders receive 5% off most services. Learn more at thrivefwb.com. And keep thriving, y'all. And I want to welcome you back to Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing. And I also want to just give a thank you to our latest show sponsor, Thrive Wellness. You just heard their commercial right there. Tucker McPherson, incredible person, so busy and so active in the community. They are actually giving free weekly B12 shots to all TSA and VPS employees right now. So Thrive Wellness, they're located at 98 Eglin Parkway Northeast, Suite 5 in Fort Walton Beach. Their phone number, 862-362-6225. You can walk in or you can set an appointment. They're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 or Saturday from 9 to 2. You must present your employee ID if you want to take advantage of that TSA and VPS employee free weekly B12 shots. So make sure you keep on thriving, y'all.
Yeah, thanks, Tucker. That's amazing because I know I travel a lot out of VPS and the TSA sets the tone of the trip. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like our TSA doesn't get enough credit. And here's why, Gareth. Because our airport is people leaving vacation typically, or locals like me that are going on business. But like, we're not like the happiest airport for people to be going through TSA, right? Everybody's like sad their vacation's ending or they're hungover or whatever. So our TSA group here does a thankless job,
They do. Yeah, that is definitely a job that has memes created about it, and it's unfortunate. But yes, they do work very hard, and they're work very tirelessly, especially for no pay. Last month or so.
And they're super professional because last time I flew back home from Chicago, I was in TSA line, and I found out like that the lady that was like in charge of the X-ray machine had just broken up with the dude like taking the ID, and it was a whole like. Got all the tea in like 5 minutes. They were not.
Well, if you're one such TSA or VPS employee, Thrive Wellness has you covered with weekly B12 shots. So get on over there and check out Thrive Wellness. And we want to continue our Miracle Strip Body Shop afternoon interview segment of the day in this 3 p.m. hour with one final segment with Mr. Scott Timmsen. He's an IT expert, and he believes he has uncovered some. I don't know how to phrase it.
Some opportunities.
Some
opportunities for us to do better.
Yeah. Well, on that note, is this waste? Is it duplication? Is it mismanagement? Is something still unclear? Could this be the result of complexity rather than intentional wrongdoing?
Absolutely. On all fronts. Yes, I think that it's possible. I'm going to do. Let me preface what I'm going to say here. I'm going to do a lot more research, and I have armed myself with the understanding that I need to be very specific with the documentation that I need to come up with. But what I have come up with has led me down a path that I'm going to have to ask for a lot more.
Like more questions.
Yeah, that's right.
Which
yeah,
is
more
fair.
questions
Yeah.
came up than answers when I started digging, which is right. That lets you know that we probably do have an opportunity here to have better transparency and understand where the different things are going.
Yep. And I think it's important, Gareth. These exercises to me are super important because a lot of, I think did we talk about this last time with Mitch when he was on here about how like it is so hard when you are a smart, involved taxpayer to have some kind of part in the process without going to millions of meetings and millions of different things and like. But that's our right as taxpayers to be part of the process and know where our money is going. And I don't like boogeyman kind of stuff, but I do like, and I like people researching because that's how everybody does better.
That's right.
The people that are putting this stuff together have hard jobs, but government budgeting is hard. And what I like about your approach is we're not villainizing anybody. We're not aha-ing anybody, but we do have some questions and we want, some answers. And that's a great way to start is getting it out in the open. The more questions you ask, the more answers you get, as long as you're respectful in the reply and keep looking. There might be a whole nother section that we don't even, that's what happens when I'm pretty good at Fort Walton Beach and Okaloosa County now, but when I'm looking for other places, like we just had to look up a bunch of information about Marco Island and we are not going to go back there, but their layouts are so much different than ours that I was spending a bunch of time going back through meeting minutes. And there was like a whole nother page of like a list of everything.
Yes.
I was like, come on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
but if I had called them, they probably would have asked me, but I didn't want to bother. You know what I mean? That was me like at 11 o'clock at night being like, wonder how this is affecting them. Oh, they don't have a finance manager again? Oh, okay.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
So,
yes.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. I like that people do stuff like this. Now, do you have kids in the school system?
I do not.
Okay.
And that's another reason why I think that I'm kind of uniquely able to look at this more critically because I don't necessarily have kids, you know what I mean, when I'm not the concerned parent that can come across a certain way, if you know what I mean.
Sure, like a little, yeah. But that's fair too. I mean, everybody's got a place, especially with the school board, because we all pay the taxes no matter what.
That's the other thing.
And they're not little. What's the millage for the school board right now? Do you know?
I do not.
Well, you did speak
know?
recently. I don't. I'm sorry. I was trying to change the question before you actually asked me.
Gareth is in the hot seat today.
You did speak at a school board meeting recently. So how were your concerns responded to by the board members?
They came up to me afterwards, and one board member said they would reach back out. I brought them this packet, and he's like, do you have a handout? And I was like, yes, sir, I've got it. I handed it in already. And he's like, all right, perfect. So he was going to take a look at that. Another one asked me to email him the packet so that he could have the IT crew go over it.
Okay, well, if everything, hypothetical here, if everything is above board, what would transparency show?
I'm not saying that it's not above board. What I'm saying is that the IT company is likely overcharging us for some of this, and it's I don't know that it's our local government's fault. Like I said, this is something that people just don't sit down and talk at dinner about switch levels and security levels.
What are you talking? Gareth does.
Right. And which access points that you're going to put in the ceiling.
Yeah.
This is not dinner talk table, dinner time talk. This is very, very drilled down. You have to understand what exactly you're going to need 100 gigabits between schools for. Do you need that? You know what I mean? That's a conversation that.
So you're a SME. So you're offering to basically help Okaloosa County School District do like a sort of casual audit of their
Absolutely.
IT if you got the right information, right? That's what I'm kind of gathering from this.
Just to clarify, not Smee from Peter Pan and Captain Hook.
That is still one of the funniest. So listen, did you know, so you know a SME, or SME, right? Subject matter expert.
Okay.
Well, apparently the bosun from Peter Pan is is it Mr. Smee?
Mr. Smee.
Mr. Smee, but he's the expert in everything, so it's a play on words.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't
We
understand.
we had like a 17-year-old in here that was like, duh, and we're like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It was Ado, and she was like,
I don't.
So funny.
Again, this comes back to like the Hamlin's razor thing.
Yeah.
Don't attribute it to malice.
Sure,
What can be
sure.
attributed to just not knowing what's
Mhm.
going on, and
Yeah.
that's what I think is going on. Is we hired these experts to come in and take care of this.
Yeah.
And so you're they got to pay the bills. I understand.
But
and
who's watching the experts?
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. But when you are engineering something that's so over the top that
Yeah.
the people can't ask you a common question to say, do we, they don't know. I don't expect our leaders to understand the difference between a megabit and a megabyte. Big B, little b. That's for me to talk to those guys with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
For me to say, hey guys, do we really need, a 7720 32 on this? And why are we charging $80,000 for a 32 port
So-
when we could go to a Cisco
Sure.
96? You see what I'm getting at.
So playing not devil's advocate, but just how many school board meetings do you go to? Did you just kind of start with this?
This was my first. Right.
So I wonder, because I don't attend them anymore, so I wonder how many times a year the IT director gives reports. Like I know that the county and city level, they give like a quarterly report on what's
Sure.
going on, percent, whatever. So there may be an option once you figure out like exactly what the goal is to be able to present it to the school board. What are they? School board representatives? What are
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, board members.
Board members. You could, ask to workshop it.
Right.
Because if they say yes, then you can sit down with the information and have it publicly recorded so that it's transparent to everybody, which
Right.
is kind of the other end of it too. They went around this at the council meeting last night too. The goal of there's a fine line between doing off the record conversations to analyze some of this versus making sure that everybody's notified, and maybe more people like you would have time to look it over and
that's what I'm
contribute
hoping.
their. So I personally think that, you got to think like that's a long contract for an IT.
It is. This
because
is a 10-year it's a
10
5-year
years
contract.
ago, I didn't even have a smartphone. I
That's
don't
right.
think. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
like I feel like that would be. I feel like that's well within a reasonable request to have a workshop and do an analyze. Especially probably won't get scheduled till summer anyway. So
Right.
yeah.
But I'm going to continue.
Let's
to
make it
look.
happen.
That's right. I'm going to continue to look, and I'll put I'm going to continue putting reports together and talking, and,
Yeah.
and trying to say, if there's other IT guys that are out there, you
Sure.
guys can go help, look this up. And
from the Robert's Rules of Order side of things, my advice would be to ask for a workshop.
That's right. Yeah.
Those are the things that I think people that aren't familiar with public government don't understand, that you can get up there and present, but if you don't have like a goal, the board members can't help you get there.
That's right.
Because there has to be a way to like make a motion and like, because you have to have in order for them to discuss it, technically you have to have a motion in a second, and then they can discuss it, and then
That's
they
right.
can say, hey, we want this, or they direct whoever, Marcus, Mr. Chambers, and there's like still a procedure that has to be followed, even though somebody may strongly believe in it. It sometimes takes a minute for that group on the dais to get there, so.
Yep.
But
Makes
thanks
sense.
for coming.
Thank you guys for having me. This
Scott
has been a blast.
Timmsen, you thank you so much for being our Miracle Strip Body Shop afternoon interview segment of the day for the 3 p.m. hour. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the research that you're doing, and thank you, listeners, for sticking around for hour number 1. Hour number 2 is on its way. Open phone line, 850-374-3468. Going to be joined by Ms. Cindy Berry of Okaloosa Gas.
From the Magnolia Grill Studios, this is 94.3 FTW, WTKE HD3, W232CF, Fort Walton Beach's News Talk.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. Big lawsuit out of California. YouTube and Meta found liable for negligence and failure to warn. On Fox Business, Stanford Medical Director of Addiction Medicine, Dr. Anna Lemke, testified in the trial, says parents can't be the only people responsible for what kids see online.
No one is saying that parents don't have some degree of responsibility. Of course they do. But the point is, it can't be left up to parents alone.
The plaintiff claimed her use of social media from an early age addicted her to technology and caused mental health issues. Jurors concluded Meta and Google had to pay her $3 million in compensatory damages, an additional $3 million in punitive damages. Spokesperson for Meta says they disagree with the verdict. The fighting continues in the Middle East. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
We are very close to meeting the core objectives of Operation Epic Fury.
America's listening to Fox News.
History isn't just in textbooks. It's the story of us, the United States. 2026 marks 250 years of America. And throughout the year, Bill Hemmer takes listeners on a journey through the 250 most impactful moments in American history. From the spark of revolution to the battles for freedom, the ideas, inventions, and decisions that changed the world. The 250 most impactful moments in American history podcast. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
You never know who might be taking the quiz.
Hi, everyone. It's Candace Cameron Bure.
Hey, everyone. It's Phil Sims.
It's Dolores Catania.
Hey, everyone. I'm Kix Brooks.
It's Candace Bushnell.
I'm Rob Paulson.
I'm Ryan Serhant.
Hey, everyone. I'm Nicole Palizzi.
Everybody's Kevin Nealon.
What's up, guys? It's Nia Sue, and it's time to take the quiz.
5 questions in less than 5 minutes every day. Listen and follow at thequiz.fox.
Omni Broadcasting News, brought to you by McCaskill and Company. I'm Frankie Bennett. Pensacola, Florida. One person is dead after a driver attempted to flee from an officer on Tuesday evening. According to police reports, an officer tried to stop a vehicle when it fled and hit another vehicle at T and Avery Street. The driver of that vehicle was pronounced dead on the scene. The incident is still under investigation by the Florida Highway Patrol. And from the Walton County Sheriff's Office, the 2 students that were injured in the stabbing incident at Walton Middle School yesterday remain in critical condition. One student was life-flighted to Pensacola and the other was taken to Fort Walton Beach Medical. The suspect was found a block away from campus and is in custody. And the Okaloosa Board of County Commissioners has declared today is a yellow flag day at the beach. There is a potential for rip currents, so use caution. With Omni Broadcasting News brought to you by McCaskill and Company, I'm Frankie Bennett.
Since 1952, Jimmy's Guns and Safes has kept the Panhandle protected. Located near downtown Fort Walton Beach, Jimmy's offers the widest in-stock selection of Liberty Safes in Northwest Florida. And these Liberty Safe models are built for real security, with prices starting at just $5.99. From closet-sized safes to ones that will fit inside a vault, Jimmy's has all the sizes and fire ratings to choose from. Come talk with our team and lock down your valuables today with a Liberty Safe from Jimmy's, located at 22 Eglin Parkway Southeast in Fort Walton Beach. Jimmy's Guns and Safes. Big selection, bigger peace of mind.
Don't miss Gulfarium's Care on the Coast Turtle Fest. Join us Saturday, April 18th from 3:30 to 7 p.m. at the Gulfarium on Okaloosa Island. Enjoy live music and entertainment. All you can enjoy food and drinks, family fun around the park, incredible animal encounters, and a special dolphin presentation. Every ticket sold helps save sea turtles by supporting the sea turtle rescue and rehabilitation efforts of Gulfarium's Care Center. Be a part of Gulfarium's Care on the Coast Turtle Fest on Saturday, April 18th. Tickets available now at gulfarium.com.
Welcome to Coastal Auto Express, your local family-owned auto repair shop committed to quality workmanship and exceptional customer care. We focus on honest communication, personalized service, and dependable results. From paint and bodywork to full mechanical repairs, our experienced team is dedicated to keeping your vehicle running safely and smoothly. Every repair is backed by a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. We are honored to support our troops with a 15% military discount. Coastal Auto Express. Service you can trust.
If you get a call saying there's a warrant for your arrest and you need to pay, stop right there. It's a scam. I'm Okaloosa County Sheriff Eric Aiden. No real law enforcement or government agency will ever call you out of the blue about a warrant and demand payment to avoid or resolve an arrest. They'll also never ask you for gift cards, cryptocurrency, or wire transfers to pay fines or fees. Always use extreme caution with calls, emails, or messages that pressure you to act immediately. Don't fall for this common scam. Protect yourself and your finances.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Fort Walton, that's my hometown. Fort Walton, that's my
And welcome back to hour number 2 of Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing, your daily dose of local news, community engagement, in-studio interviews with local movers and shakers, and sports and local history whenever I can squeeze it in. I am your host, Gareth Stearns. My co-host today, Miss Ashley Sukalski. How are you doing for hour 2, Ashley?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for hour 2. I'm looking forward to our next guest when she gets here. She is just a delight and a ray of sunshine, and she is excited to talk about the gas industry. It's like her favorite thing to talk about, and also she will talk to us about an event that she helps put together yearly called Woofstock in Navarre.
Woofstock, like the
Woof,
animal?
like wolf.
Wolf, like dog. Wolf,
like
barking.
wolf.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we'll have her on in the next segment.
Excellent. It looks like she just may have arrived too, so she can get comfortable over there, and we can pay off a couple of our other sponsors because she's gonna dominate a lot of this second hour.
Oh, she's a force of nature. If you've not ever met Cindy Berry, she is amazing. So, but yeah, I'm super excited about hour 2. I just checked my Life 360 and looks like my son is getting ready to hit his stop for the night. So I'm a happy mom.
Nah, I know that you're a proud mom too.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Yeah, one of my best friends called me yesterday and was like, "Hey, it looks like you need an adventure, so we're gonna jet off and go see the Lumineers tomorrow in New Orleans," which is exciting.
That is very exciting. They're one of those bands that I guess they kind of started off as not very mainstream. You were kind of cool if you knew who they were, but now they sort of crossed over in the mainstream, and
they're big. They're big
they're
now.
huge. Yeah. I first learned about them when they did the soundtrack to the new Pete's Dragon movie, the live action Pete's Dragon movie, about 10 years ago, and that's a pretty cool concert that you're going to go to.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Shovels and Rope is opening for them, and I haven't been out of town in a while now. It feels like forever. I feel like I was just in Chicago a couple weeks ago, but I'm not ready for a trip.
Well, make sure that you fill up your tank before you cross into Alabama, because when I went to New Orleans, it was much more expensive in Alabama. Not that it's super cheap around Fort Walton, because gas prices are remaining steady at around Fort Walton Beach. The lowest price reported is about $3.47 per gallon, reported at multiple stations around town. Some drivers around town have even reported seeing prices as high as $3.75 per gallon. So make sure you shop around.
Yeah.
And that's just a little bit of Panhandle local news, sponsored by Jimmy's Guns and Safes. Big selection, bigger peace of mind. I thought I was apropos to throw in that gas story, since our next guest is going to be from Okaloosa Gas. Different kind of gas.
Different kind of gas. Yep. She can tell you all about it.
You know, we're gonna
really
she
good
can
at that.
gas us up with all the good things going on. My initials spell gas, by the way. Did you know that? Gareth Allen Stearns.
Well,
yeah,
then,
and my son, who's
something.
Ethan Gareth Stearns, his initials spell eggs. So we got gas and eggs. What do you got for this segment? Go ahead, Ashley.
Wow. Well, I was gonna do a marketing minute, but I feel like I can't compete with your initials, Gareth.
Well, very few initials can. I've yet to come across a person that has as cool of a word as I do, for at least in terms of a conversation starter.
That's true. That's a good one. Yeah, so I found out through some research, that's what I do, is marketing and advertising. And I found out through some research and helping a client with one of their complete overhauls of their websites that there are heightened ADA regulations on websites. So there's certain color schemes, certain font sizes, certain header hierarchies, which is really boring, that Google will read to people that can't see well or can only see in black and white or can't hear, to do the different software translations. There's like an ADA standard.
Wow, right down to the font size.
Right down to the font size. Because and color, because if the colors are too light or too dark, dark color on a dark picture, the person can't see it if you're colorblind, right? So there are people suing small businesses all over the place in Florida because they have old websites that aren't meeting these criteria. So we're offering a package to do some audits, some SEO audits, some search ranking audits, and then some implementation practices through Peterman. So if you're interested, hit me up at ashley@peterman.com. I'd be happy to sit down and talk to you about it, because even though most of the cases seem to be getting thrown out, you still got to go to court and deal with it, because you're going to get sued. ADA is a big deal. So while we're refreshing stuff for summer, it's kind of a good time before the season hits to have your website checked over.
In the break, you were teasing me about a little bit of breaking news, and you said, you want me to tell you on the radio? And I said, yes, I don't want any spoilers. So are you prepared to
I am. Yeah, I think so.
Let the cat out of the bag?
I am going to let the cat out of the bag. Remember on Monday how we were talking about how fun it would be if Afro Man came?
Shut up.
He'll be at Soundside on April 12th.
Ben and Amber Merrill, if you're listening, I'd like to have you back in studio to talk about your glorious business, Soundside. Which side? The sound
side. So we are going to really ring in the new era of that lot with Afro Man as the first big outside concert.
Wow, that is absolute breaking news. Maybe
it got finalized like an hour and 15 minutes ago.
That's great. We're definitely going to get him on the show if possible. We got to reach out to his management. I was already going to do so.
Well, he won't be here.
But then
he's going to be in Lauderdale the day before, and he's got to go to California the next day. So he's staying Sunday night. It's a Sunday. April 12th is a Sunday. I'm not sure what time the show will be. All those details will be on the Soundside Facebook and website.
So this is a big event. Soundside has not had a musical artist of this caliber or stature
yet.
Now, have they recently completed their stage?
So they're working on the stage. They had some ideas. I'll let Ben come in and talk to you about it. I'm not going to speak for them. It's kind of a new thing, but sounds like the team from Afroman is all about it. You know, he's played at Dosey's before, so it's not like, you know, it's not like he doesn't know the area, right? So I'm thrilled.
I am beyond
thrilled. I think that it's a big draw for downtown. I'm hoping that we can do a nice package where we can get some room rates for people coming into town with like we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it right. I'm gonna see maybe if Nick Allegretto might do an Afro Man proclamation for the city.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see if we get some tickets that we give away on the show or something like that.
That's all. It's just breaking news.
I'm so excited. The creative juices are just.
I'm so excited.
Woo!
So I'm gonna go get some lemon pound cake tonight, and I'm gonna be super excited about it.
If I wasn't so worried about copyright concerns and potential F-bombs, I would be playing the lemon pound cake.
I would be worried about both of those things.
Yeah, but I would encourage the listeners to check it out. Like, first Google the Afro Man story so you can understand the context behind the lemon pound cake song, and then listen to the lemon pound cake song, and you will understand everything that Afro Man is as an artist.
Yeah, I saw him at Dosey's. He's just fun, you know, like in one of the biographies I read about him, especially with the court, because I was like, what's he doing? You know, what's he doing now? Why is he just wants to have fun. He wrote Afro Man as a joke because his friends didn't want to do their chores, and he was like, let's make a song about it. And now he's Afro Man. Like he's just like a genuine down to earth dude that wants his First Amendment right to be like us all. Like, right? We're sitting here talking on the radio about whatever we want to. Like, that's America, bro.
Amen.
God bless America.
Yeah, man. This segment was absolute gas.
Oh, and it's the freedom of speech tour.
Nice, excellent. And
it's so funny.
if I know Afro Man, he will not be arriving without that gas.
His possession.
Yes.
Yep,
and speaking of that, we are going to be welcoming into the studio Miss Cindy Berry of Okaloosa Gas. I have a 1990 Okaloosa Gas commercial. I could probably.
Is it the one with the guy that's like has the fireplace in his bathroom?
Yes, yeah.
Do it.
All right, we'll do it.
Okay.
We're Walton Beach. What we're doing? Stick around.
She's always been there for you. Now it's your turn. This Mother's Day, give Mom something as special as she is from Joey the Jeweler in Crestview. From elegant necklaces to timeless bracelets and meaningful gemstone pieces, Joey has the perfect gift to say thank you and I love you. Friendly service, beautiful jewelry, and a hometown jeweler you can trust. Celebrate Mom this Mother's Day at Joey the Jeweler, Crestview.
You've really leveled up your pickleball game. What's your secret?
Ever since I transferred my high interest balance to a low rate Eglin Federal Credit Union MasterCard, I've had way less stress and way more focus on the court.
A low rate and a better backhand? I need in. Was the transfer a hassle?
It was easy and no balance transfer fee. You can apply online right now.
With MasterCard rates as low as 7.9% APR, it's time to raise your game. Eglin Federal Credit Union, where members matter most. Same-day issue MasterCard is available in branch during normal business hours, subject to membership and credit approval.
Warmer weather is just around the corner, and Fort Walton Beach Bowl invites you in this spring break season. Fort Walton Beach Bowl takes bowling to the next level. Don't miss Cosmic Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights from 9 to 1. Unlimited bowling for just $14 and open bowl all day on Sunday from noon to 8 p.m. Don't strike out and do nothing this spring break. Roll into Fort Walton Beach Bowl. Family owned since 1996 and full of fun. Fort Walton Beach Bowl, 745 Beale Parkway Northwest.
Hey, Emerald Coast, are you ready to rock? Cruise on over to Stripes Pub and Grill in Navarre and register for your chance to win tickets to see Styx and Foghat live in Biloxi this April. That's right, 2 legendary rock bands, one epic night, and you could be there. Stop by Stripes, grab an ice cold drink, enjoy some great food, and drop your name in to win. It's just that easy. Don't miss your shot at sailing away with Styx and rocking all night with Foghat. Good luck from Stripes Pub and Grill in Navarre and the classic rock station 100.3 K-Rock.
Welcome back to Fort Walton Beach. What we're doing. That's the 1959 banger by Barbara Mann called Choctawhatchee Bay, but she pronounces it Choctawhatchee. What? Anyway, I'm pretty sure I won't get a copyright violation from that one. Welcome back to Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing, your daily dose of local news, community engagement, in-studio interviews with local movers and shakers, and we have one of them in studio right now. Miss Cindy Berry of Okaloosa Gas has joined us in the Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing studios. Cindy Berry, welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming in today. Ashley is the one that procured you for this segment, and it's exactly what this show is for. We like to lift up the community in ways that others are unable to do in the fashion that we're able to do it. So, Ashley, would you mind introducing your friend Cindy Berry to the show?
Yes, I would love to. This is my friend Cindy Berry.
All right.
Welcome to the radio, Cindy Berry.
Well, Cindy, I'm going to ask you the same question that I ask all my guests because I do not know anything about you, and I'm very curious always in people's origin stories to this area. I'm going to guess. First guess, was it the military in some form or fashion?
Yes, sir. My father retired here at Eglin Air Force Base, so we moved here in 1965.
Well, okay. Welcome to the area.
Wow, you are a local.
So you okay. So what was your first job in this area as a teenager?
I started off to work at Los Panchos, the Mexican restaurant that everybody enjoyed.
Was it on the island yet, or was it still the Eglin Parkway location?
Both.
Okay, you worked
Nice.
at yes, nice. And
so
it was
do you have the recipes? Because I'm trying to get somebody else to write a book, but she is not budging.
The Gonzaleses were, they had the recipe. They knew how to treat their customers and their employees.
You've seen this area go through so many changes. So, I mean, are there any, what's your earliest childhood memory of this area?
My dad would take us out to the NCO beach out there right by the Destin Bridge.
Yeah.
And I learned how to swim because back then there was undertow too. But he would just throw us in the water and we learned to swim real quick. And I love the Destin area.
That's great. Do you have any other particular childhood memories what school did you graduate from?
Chautauqua.
Okay. What clique did you run with back in those days?
It was mainly the surfers.
Oh, okay. You know what? On that note, real quick then, I'm going to give our Okaloosa County Surf Report for Wednesday, March 25th, sponsored by Bud and Alley's Restaurant in Seaside.
I think he forgot last time.
Today's surf at Okaloosa County, at Okaloosa Pier is very poor, with wave heights around 0 to 1 foot, shin to knee high. I said shin. Conditions are clean but tiny. Water temp is in the mid-60s, so still manageable with a light wetsuit. Looking ahead, expect continued small surf in the 1 to 2 foot range with a possible bump to 2 to 3 feet by Sunday into early next week. Bottom line, not too rideable for most surfers today, but a slight improvement may be on the way this weekend. And that's your Okaloosa County Surf Report, brought to you by Bud and Alley's Restaurant in Seaside. Bud and Alley's, 40 years deep and still riding the same local wave. Thank you for that perfect segue, Cindy Berry.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So nowadays, how long have you worked for Okaloosa Gas?
36 years.
Well,
old timer.
Wow. Are you the longest served? Are you the veteran of the company?
No, we've had other people that retired at least 40 years.
But currently, are you leading the pack?
No, I'm not.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you gunning for that?
Yeah, that's my goal.
Okay, excellent. Ashley, you want to take over?
Sure. I'm sorry. I'm looking up Afro Man videos. Afro Man's coming. Remember
Cindy,
I was telling you about Afro Man
fan?
yesterday?
Oh yes.
So Ben and Amber Merrill booked him for Soundside, so he's gonna play it.
Is he gonna sing the pound cake song?
He better.
He's gonna sing "My Mom Was Loving Pound Cake." I'm
Gotta
so
get him on the
excited.
show.
Listen, we just need to get some pound cake. That's what we need to get.
Some special pound cake.
So, yeah, there you go. Well, hey, this is the radio, sir.
I have a medical card.
Okay. Well, I do not.
All right.
So, and I think my employer would not like that very much.
We're drug tested. So
Do they still test for marijuana though?
we're
Yeah, 'cause you're like DOT, right? Like, aren't you?
FDOT.
Okay, fine.
Pipeline safety.
Okay, yeah.
Homeland Security.
They can
Did
show
you
up to
know
work hungover and destroy our
There's all kinds
liver.
of crazy stuff that the gas company has to do, Gareth. Like it's crazy. Like you guys have to do so much like
Regulations.
education and all the regulations, and there's like, don't you guys have like emergency meetings all the time? You guys were really responsible.
We're very proactive.
Yeah, we were just in here talking about the Okaloosa County School District. People just have questions because they don't know, right? And so one of your main jobs is to make sure people don't have questions about what happens if something happens with their gas. And you do a fantastic job.
Well, thank you. That's our goal. Is safety is our number one priority.
Yep.
So you have a big event that's coming up, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
I am here to talk about Woodstock. It is hosted by the Navarre Beach Chamber of Commerce. This is our third annual event. It's all about peace, love, music, and pups.
Woofstock. WOOF.
Like woof woof.
Gotcha. Woofstock. There it is. Nice.
And it's Zoomies Hotel and Daycare is our title sponsor. We have a T-shirt sponsor that is Soundside Animal Hospital, and we're seeking sponsors and vendors. So if you're interested in sponsoring the event, if you sign up before Friday, we can get you on the back of the T-shirt your logo. The event is held at Pickett's. It's on Highway 87 in Navarre, and it's a antique store, and they have food trucks on the side. We're going to have in the back of the stores where the event will be held, the festival. We're going to have a pool area for the dogs. If they get hot, they can play in the pool or get wet. We have a photo booth. I think that's pending, but I think we'll get it. And I just went blank. We're going to have a DJ. DJ Salty's going to be out there playing the tunes.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh yes, it's going to be fun. We're also going to have some of our things that we're going to be doing is, if the sponsors pay over $1,000 in sponsorship dollars, the best thing what we're doing for them is we're giving them a rescue to choose that can come to the site and provide dogs for adoption.
Yep.
Last year we had 2 dogs that were adopted,
Aww.
and we're like, it's just wonderful feeling knowing that.
So how did Wolfstock come about? So this is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is a project from the Navarre Chamber.
Yes.
And how did you guys come up with Wolfstock?
They were looking for we used to do Tunes by the Dunes. And
Do what?
It was a concert
Oh,
over the
okay.
summer on the island.
In
and-
Navarre, correct?
In Navarre.
Yes.
And it went on for many years. And
Keep.
I'm not used to these
He
hand
just
signals.
makes
I'm
hand
so sorry.
signals, and I just talk till the music comes on.
Oh, okay. So we needed another event to promote in the Navarre Beach area, and it was I presented the idea. The board of directors liked it, and we proceeded with the festival. And the first year we had over 100 pups at the event.
Oh my gosh, that is heaven.
And then the second event, we had over 200 dogs. So it's growing.
Okay.
We moved it this year to Sunday, and I hope that we'll have the same participation.
So if your dog's like good on a leash and good around other dogs,
Oh, yes.
good welcome.
And we like to have dogs over 6 months because in case the puppies have any illness or if there's a sick dog, the little puppy's not compromised.
Okay. Well, very cool.
Are you a dog owner yourself?
Oh, yes.
You want to tell them about?
Yeah.
I have Yogi Berry. He's a French Mastiff. He's large and he's in charge, but he's a sweetheart. And
He's on a diet right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor
What's his
guy.
favorite food and his least? What?
His favorite food is beef lung.
Is what?
Beef lung.
Okay.
Like, do you get that fresh?
It's dehydrated
Okay.
lung from animals, but it's 100% natural, and that's it. It smells really
Horrible.
nasty, but he loves it, and that's what we're giving us treats this year at Wolfstock.
Was he-
Okaloosa
Beef
Gas tent.
lungs?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So
Was Yogi Berry an adoption dog?
no.
Does he do anything funny that stands out? Is he a water dog in any way, or does he like to ride on a bicycle, or does he do anything funny?
He's like 180 pounds.
Okay.
He's a
not-
big dog.
He's 154. He's on a diet.
Don't tell him I said that then. Just tell him Auntie Ashley was wrong.
But he's just a big, sweet dog. He loves water. He loves to eat.
Is he going to be at Wolfstock?
Oh, yes. He'll be there the whole day.
Yogi Berry making his radio debut today and his debut at Wolfstock. What is the date of Wolfstock again?
It's April 12th from noon to 4.
April 12th. So you could go to Wolfstock and then come back into Fort Walton Beach and watch Afro Man.
It's that soon? Afro Man is that soon?
April 12th.
Wow.
Yeah, we had to catch him while he was on the eastern seaboard.
That's incredible. I cannot wait. What day of the week is April 12th?
It's a Sunday.
Sunday. Okay. So both events are equally important, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, you
What
can
a
go
day.
to the
Can we bring our dogs?
Yeah.
I
So
will-
Soundside is dog friendly. They have they've got like the inside part where the Giovanni's like new bar was, I guess they kept, and then the rest of it
Giovanni's,
is
that was the name of it.
Oh, Cafe Italia. Oh, yeah, it was Cafe Italia, and then it was Giovanni's 189, right?
That's right.
And
I was asked the
then-
other day and I could not remember for the life
Yeah.
of me.
And then I didn't do any of this, but then they took the old, like, when they got it, Gareth, there was like holes in the wall. It was bad. So they stripped it all, made a beautiful outdoor like deck, and redid the lawn with beautiful paver. Have you been there? It's gorgeous, Cindy.
It's beautiful by water.
Yeah, so they bought the little hotel and the playground inn they bought. And they're going to be putting in a marina with the two properties closer to the bridge.
It's so needed.
So-
That property's been an eyesore for so many years.
Which one?
The playground inn.
Oh, don't talk
I'm-
about
you know,
the
it is.
bigs, bro.
It has been. It's a historic property, but I am appreciative.
You know
This
which
is
one
one
we're talking
parking lot
about?
I'm
The
looking
little-
forward to seeing because they need it over there.
Yeah.
I like to call it nostalgic.
Well, that's
Sure is.
Gareth's alter ego.
Yep, I'm the nostalgia guy.
Nostalgia guy.
That's right.
Thank you for coming, Cindy.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Cindy Berry from Okaloosa Gas for what's the name of the event? I'm sorry.
Wolfstock.
Wolfstock. My bad. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
And we'll
Thank
tag
you.
it on Facebook.
Yes, we certainly will. For Walton Beach, what we're doing. We're going to be right back. We have an open phone line, 850-374-3468. Stick around.
News. I'm John Saucier. Big lawsuit out of California. YouTube and Meta found liable for negligence and failure to warn. On Fox Business, Stanford Medical Director of Addiction Medicine, Dr. Anna Lemke, testified in the trial, says parents can't be the only people responsible for what kids see online.
No one is saying that parents don't have some degree of responsibility. Of course they do. But the point is, it can't be left up to parents alone.
The plaintiff claimed her use of social media from an early age addicted her to technology and caused mental health issues. Jurors concluded Meta and Google had to pay her $3 million in compensatory damages, an additional $3 million in punitive damages. Spokesperson for Meta says they disagree with the verdict. The fighting continues in the Middle East. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
We are very close to meeting the core objectives of Operation Epic Fury.
America's listening to Fox News.
History isn't just in textbooks. It's the story of us, the United States. 2026 marks 250 years of America. And throughout the year, Bill Hemmer takes listeners on a journey through the 250 most impactful moments in American history. From the spark of revolution to the battles for freedom, the ideas, inventions, and decisions that changed the world. The 250 most impactful moments in American history podcast. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
You never know who might be taking the quiz.
Hi, everyone. It's Candace Cameron Bure.
Hey, everyone. It's Phil Sims.
It's Dolores Catania.
Hey, everyone. I'm Kix Brooks.
It's Candace Bushnell.
I'm Rob Paulson.
I'm Ryan Serhant.
Hey everyone, I'm Nicole Polizzi.
Everybody's Kevin Nealon.
What's up, guys? It's Nia Sue, and it's time to take the quiz.
5 questions in less than 5 minutes every day. Listen and follow at thequiz.fox.
Omni Broadcasting News, brought to you by McCaskill and Company. I'm Frankie Bennett. Pensacola, Florida. One person is dead after a driver attempted to flee from an officer on Tuesday evening. According to police reports, an officer tried to stop a vehicle when it fled and hit another vehicle at T and Avery Street. The driver of that vehicle was pronounced dead on the scene. The incident is still under investigation by the Florida Highway Patrol. And from the Walton County Sheriff's Office, the 2 students that were injured in the stabbing incident at Walton Middle School yesterday remain in critical condition. One student was life-flighted to Pensacola and the other was taken to Fort Walton Beach Medical. The suspect was found a block away from campus and is in custody. And the Okaloosa Board of County Commissioners has declared today is a yellow flag day at the beach. There is a potential for rip currents, so use caution. With Omni Broadcasting News brought to you by McCaskill and Company, I'm Frankie Bennett.
As descendants of local fishermen, owners of the Edge Seafood Restaurant drew their inspiration for the restaurant's name from Destin waters themselves, or rather, what lies beneath them. Named for the popular fishing spot where the continental shelf drops just a few miles off the coast, the Edge focuses on fresh local seafood and supporting our local fisheries. Bring in your fresh catch after a day on the water and let them cook it up for you family style. Or try one of the signature seafood dishes offered on the menu. The best view of the Destin Harbor, the Edge Seafood Restaurant. Online at edgeseafood.com.
Small businesses are the heart of America. Like you, these entrepreneurs started out with a dream and a drive to build a better life. If you have a small business idea to grow or challenge to face, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1964, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses. Today, they are the nation's largest nonprofit source of expert mentoring, resources, and education. Whether you're starting out, building back, or have worked at it for years, SCORE will match you with specialized mentors. Our thousands of volunteers provide the guidance and connections you need for free. Your success is waiting. SCORE is ready to help. Find a mentor today at SCORE.org.
1 in 10 people age 50 and older in the U.S. have early age-related macular degeneration.
Because macular degeneration often has no early symptoms, many don't know they have it until irreversible vision loss has already occurred.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments.
Schedule a comprehensive eye exam to protect your sight.
Macular Degeneration Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Go to stopamd.org to learn more.
Here is a 1993 Okaloosa Gas commercial.
Mike picks up a remote and a cozy fire controlled from anywhere in the room. And what convenience. No ashes, no wood to split, no setup or cleanup. Then he tells me he's thinking about putting a fireplace in the bathroom or bedroom or maybe even kitchen. So what about my house?
With natural gas, you can have it all. Call Okaloosa Gas today.
All right, so
I was over at my kid brother's. You're never gonna believe.
That's a rookie mistake there. But yeah, you were 3 years into your tenure with Okaloosa Gas when that 1993 commercial was produced, Miss Cindy Berry.
Why are we doing so much math on a Wednesday?
I was told there would be none of that,
Yeah.
and I actually do have a 1990 commercial, but it's actually a little. It's more visual. The context would be.
You know
lost.
what's crazy though is so that many, however, mathing years later. You know, Okaloosa Gas is in a beautiful new building with a beautiful showroom, so you can sit in the showroom now and like see what you would feel like in front of a fireplace. It's wild. They've got 2 fireplaces that work? No,
Yes.
more than that.
We have 2 indoor and we have 2 fire pits outside that you can go outside and enjoy the ambiance.
It's so cool. You can see like all your grills, you can see your fire logs and all of the associated fire log things. It's got water heater display. It's got, I should know more about this than I do.
We have ranges, washers and dryers,
yep.
grills, several sets of gas logs. They're not all live burns. We have 2 live burns. What a live burn means is you can actually watch the flyer.
And they're hot. It's super hot. Gas fire is hot. That is a dumb thing to say on the radio, but it is like I'm shocked how much heat gas puts out.
It heats your home faster.
Yeah, and more efficiently.
Now we mentioned in a previous segment that you are a longtime local. Your family was stationed here in the mid '60s. Did you always know growing up that you were going to end up in this long-time business serving this area, or how is it that you landed this position back in 1990 with Okaloosa Gas, Miss Cindy Berry?
I used to do mortgage lending at the time, and that's when interest rates were at 10-11%, so business was down, and so I thought, let me seek another profession, and I was hired at Okaloosa Gas, taking payments and setting up new accounts.
Yep, it's probably about the same time that we got gas in my mom's house.
It was in 1990.
Wow.
I think we moved in that house in 95.
You've had gas for a lot of years.
Oh, if you ask my brother's had gas for a lot of years.
Yeah?
I can never pass up a chance to troll him. That
Yeah.
guy is so full of hot gas. Ugh.
Well, here's a fun tip too, is when I started in 1990 with Okaloosa Gas, that is when we ran a gas main down Highway 87 in Navarre, and that's when we joined the chamber back in 1990.
Cindy,
That's
what is your current role with Okaloosa Gas?
I do our advertising and communications, website, digital ads, billboards.
The messaging that goes out. There's a lot of safety campaigns that are involved and all the I's and T's.
So you're attending all the First Friday coffees and all of the networking
She's the one that
events
gives out the Okaloosa Gas present every First Friday coffee in Fort Walton Beach.
Yes.
She's the gift giver of Okaloosa Gas.
It means a lot to me.
Thank you so much.
It does. It's so much
for
fun.
passing all that gas.
No,
around
hey,
all
she
of
won a
us.
Teddy. She won a Teddy this year.
Really?
Yeah, Gordon King was the head honcho of the chamber last year, and Cindy got the last Teddy. They didn't give it to her the first round, and Cindy got her own
I'll take
shout
it.
out. So she got a Gordon Teddy with like a little apron, because I guess Gordon likes to cook.
And for our listeners who are unaware, can you educate them as to what a Teddy is?
Sure. Let me tell you what a Teddy is. Ted Corcoran is the head honcho of the chamber. He's the CFO, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. I'm sure he has like a real title. I'm bad at titles. It's not ever gonna. I'm 43 now. I'm just gonna give up. I'm just bad.
I'm gonna
at
call
it.
him the president of the chamber or the
Prez.
executive director.
TP, Ted President.
Yeah.
No. PT, no. So anyway, long story short, he makes bobbleheads for awards of himself, and they're called the Teddies. And every elected chair gets a personalized teddy based on what their interests are. So Gordon had aprons on his, right?
And a chef hat.
And a chef hat with like an Okaloosa Gas logo.
And a grilling spatula.
Now, how big are these teddies?
They're a bobblehead. I mean, they're a bobblehead.
So nice sized teddies?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think Stephen Perkins he was in a race car.
Yes.
Wasn't he?
He had a race car helmet.
Yep. And then, so they get personalized based on the person that's spearheading it for the year. Like Miss Bonnie Barlow is this year, so I'm sure her teddy is going to be dressed up because that lady is like the fashion icon of Fort Walton Beach, and she's incredible. We got to have her on here.
Absolutely.
Bonnie is amazing. She's like, I'm in such awe of her. Every time I meet her, I'm just more and more impressed.
Cindy, do you have a prominent place within your home where you display your teddies?
No, it's at work.
In the beautiful new building of the district.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Have you been to the district yet?
I have.
You got to go pay your gas bill.
Where is it? What street is it on?
It's on Valparaiso. It's in Valparaiso.
I have not been there.
It's in the T.
I know which building you're talking about now.
It's in the triangle.
Well, if you want to look for us on Google Maps. It's 511 Government Avenue.
Okay, good to know. Any other exciting things going on in the world of gas, Okaloosa Gas? Do
you want to talk about what you're doing on the chamber? Since we're talking about chambers, I want to bring this around for the chambers too. I have kind of a point to make. So what you're on the board of the chamber, right? Of Navarre Chamber.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about what that commitment's like and what a board is comprised of as a chamber? Because what we found out through current events by city councils locally and regionally, I'm sure a lot of people don't really know what a chamber does, and so you're a member of the chamber here through Omni, right?
Correct.
And I'm a member through Peterman, and the city is a member, and Okaloosa Gas is not only a member but a supporting sponsor of Fort Walton and Navarre, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But your board is made up of other stakeholders and business owners.
Yes. What the Navarre community is, what we're about business community, and it's like the Woodstock event. We're trying to bring the community together with businesses to promote, help, and also work with our officials.
Yeah.
And make it a better community.
Yeah.
Make it fun, be business driven.
Yep.
And right now, Navarre's growing.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's important for everybody to have a place to gather that's business minded. And I think what a lot of people don't recognize from chambers in general is that it's a push for economic development, because the stronger a chamber is, the more people join, because there's more networking, there's more wolf stock and sponsorship opportunities. One of the things I see on Facebook all the time is we want to sponsor, and looking through the chambers, when you're a chamber member, you get a discount on sponsorship. Sometimes you get first chance to it. So joining your local chamber is a big deal, and then supporting your local chamber is a big deal too, especially for utility companies in cities and counties, because like you said, Cindy, like you guys run pipe. You need to know John Hofstad, and you need to know whoever district, Sherry Cox, because you're running pipe and Baker or whatever. And it's just there's so many opportunities through a chamber to rub elbows with people, instead of, like I'm bad at titles, right? Like I would be intimidated by calling somebody that I had to call. I'd be like, oh my God, I got to talk to the head chamber commissioner, blah, blah, blah. Like, but no, I could just run into him over bacon at First Friday Coffee, and then he's a person. And then you start building your community that way. And it's a great investment. It's a great investment of time and resources, and it's a mutually beneficial organization usually.
And one other thing about the chambers that I hope that when businesses join that they take advantage of is there's so many learning classes. You've got the Chamber 101. You've got the small business development classes come in, and they want to help that small business grow.
Yep. Lots of resources for your business. Are we done, Gareth?
Well, we have one more segment after this, but I think we're done with Ms. Berry. You have been a wonderful guest. Thank you so much for coming into the Fort Walton Beach What We're Doing studios.
Thank you.
Yeah, Cindy Berry from Okaloosa Gas. Long-time local, long-time employee of Okaloosa Gas. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. We have an open phone line, 850-374-3468. For Walton Beach, What We're Doing. We'll be right back.
The Medical Minute, presented by Coastal Vascular and Interventional.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeff Risley, and I want to talk to you about something that could save your legs and maybe your life. Vascular disease. It often hides in plain sight. Leg pain when you're walking, numbness, slow healing wounds, cold feet. These aren't just signs of aging, they're warning signs. Healthy arteries mean healthy circulation. Circulation affects your heart, your brain, your mobility. The good news is many vascular problems are treatable when they're caught early. At my practice, we use advanced, minimally invasive options to restore blood flow and get you back to living fully. If something doesn't feel right, don't ignore it. Call us today and take the first step towards better vascular health.
The board-certified doctors at Coastal Vascular and Interventional Radiology provide world-class medical and aesthetic care. They're experts in vascular care and minimally invasive treatments, rated the best in the Florida Panhandle. Learn more online, coastalvi.com.
Every 65 seconds, someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's disease. Many don't even know it.
I just knew that I wasn't the high-performing person I used to be. Pieces of my past are being erased. I was lucky we caught this at the very earliest stages. I hope that my story can give other people hope. There is life to be lived. Increasingly, there will be treatments. We need to invest even more in research and finding treatments and cures.
Bright Focus Foundation's Alzheimer's Disease Research Program has invested more than $175 million in breakthrough research.
If your loved one or you yourself are sitting there thinking, something is wrong, I'm not who I used to be, you can get some answers and you can get them for free.
Call us at 1-855-345-6237 or visit us online at brightfocus.org/brainhealth to learn more.
And welcome back to Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing, your daily dose of local news, community engagement, in-studio interviews with local movers and shakers, and local history whenever I can squeeze it in. And I do want to use this next segment to talk about some local news that's happening around. And this is that's a continuing story with some more breaking news nuggets attached to it. This comes directly from Jared Williams' site, Get the Coast. A 12-year-old Walton Middle School student has been formally charged with attempted murder for Tuesday's stabbing attack at the school, the Walton County Sheriff's Office announced Wednesday. The suspect also faces 2 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, wearing a mask during the commission of a felony, tampering with evidence, and disrupting a school function, according to the Sheriff's Office. He is being held with no bond and secure juvenile detention in Crestview. Both student victims remained in intensive care as of Wednesday afternoon after undergoing medical procedures. The paraprofessional who was also injured has been treated and released. Sheriff Atkinson said the investigation has found no connection between the suspect and the 3 victims. Quote, there is no relationship between the victims and the suspect. As far as we understand, this is a completely random set of victims, unquote. The sheriff provided additional details about the attack during the press conference. The suspect was dropped off by his mother at approximately 7:16 a.m. during routine early drop-off. He walked directly to a bathroom, spent approximately 2 to 2.5 minutes inside, and emerged wearing a balaclava, or a mask. The school's resource deputy and school guardian were both on campus at the time, but were not in the area where the attack occurred, as it was during drop-off time before the school had officially opened. The suspect reportedly attacked the first student he encountered, stabbing the victim multiple times with a kitchen knife he had brought from home. A paraprofessional stepped out of a classroom, saw the two, and said something, and was attacked next. The suspect continued down the hallway and attacked a third victim who was also a student. Only 15 to 20 students were in the area where the attack took place. There's lots more details here, and you can catch those at Jared Williams' excellent local news site, getthecoast.com. Thank you, Jared, for keeping us up to date on all breaking news. We appreciate it. That's scary, when it hits close to home like that. It's never a fun thing to report on. Let's counterbalance that with a positive news story.
I got one.
Okay, go for it.
So remember Monday, I didn't do a very good job of giving a city council preview, but last night I did watch the city council meeting. It was very interesting. There was a lot of discussion about the red lights, not the red lights, the
flock cameras.
No, not the flock. The flock so from what I was reading, the flock is staying, but the speed and red light cameras are going in the county.
Right.
But the
Only
city
county roads,
only
not-
county roads, and the city didn't have it on the agenda really to bring up. They had some public comment about it, but then Liza Jackson Park is gonna move forward with the first phase of redesigning
improvements and
the bathrooms and all the stuff, but they're not going to start until like end of August. So they had worked with the bidder to hold the pricing, even though things may go up or down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that we wouldn't be under a construction zone while the ramp is being used in the summertime.
Okay. Yeah, that's a $3.1 million contract for
substantial
playgrounds, new playground, restrooms, pavilions, expanded parking, upland improvements.
Mm-hmm.
Part of a larger effort to modernize one of the city's most popular waterfront parks.
Yeah, it's going to be. So they were worried too. The city. The department head of the public works said, the permitting is hard, and that's one of the reasons the landing took so long, is because a lot of that is living waterfront, and the EPA is very specific about what you can do, when you can do it. EPA, DEP, environment protection, blah 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 blah. So they're trying to get all that to where it's not going to be a drawn out project, and the project timeline will be tighter based on what they learned from the landing project.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nice
It was a nice meeting. It was a little long, but it was. Yeah.
Let's continue the Panhandle local news for Wednesday, March 25th, brought to you by Jimmy's Guns and Safes. Big selection, bigger peace of mind. This is a good piece of news. The Mosaic Theater Company's production of The School of Rock opens this weekend in Fort Walton Beach, bringing high-energy performances and live music to the stage. The show features a cast of local youth and adults performing with real instruments, adding an authentic rock concert feel to the Broadway hit. The production highlights both musical talent and hands-on performance experience for young actors, and the show runs at the Fort Walton Beach Civic Auditorium. And again, that is this weekend. And I got a chance to see them performing at one of Candace Tanner's downtown Fort Walton Beach Coffee Club meetups. This is like 2 months ago. So they have been, and they sounded great then.
Yeah, so it would have been last month because she hasn't had one since December.
It was 3 months ago then.
Yeah,
it was the December one.
Yeah,
I mean, they have been at this and they sounded great then. So I can only imagine.
I'm excited about School of Rock. I think that's going to be fun.
I've never seen the movie. I know. That's the look I get from. I've never seen Princess Bride either. You want to give me an even wider ride?
We should get right. Did Wright already leave? Maybe we should do a School of Rock mosaic fun. So one thing about Suds and Cinema too that we didn't get into the last time Wright was here, but they do a lot of like themed shows, and they let different nonprofits come in. They partner with Lotus Learning Society, the people that used to own Young Philosophers, and
yes, I've had them on this show.
Yeah,
actually.
Karen and Chris, they're amazing.
Yeah, Karen's great.
Karen's great. Chris is an amazing musician.
I met Isabel with Karen, and then I had a couple of their mental health specialists on the show last week as well. Might have been
very
this
cool.
week. Yeah, they do great things. I love their mission at Lotus Learning
I do
Center.
too. It's unlike anything else. I think the behavioral therapy products that we have here, the places, the schools, they're all very good. We just don't have enough of them, so anything they can do to grow, they work very hard at. And Karen and Chris specifically do, like, what did they do? What was the last one they did? Grease, where everybody went and they watched Grease and
they had a live action Grease.
Yeah, and they do stuff like that at Suds. It's such a good venue.
It is. Other good things happening around town. The Choctawhatchee baseball team is surging just past the midseason point. They are 5-0 over the last week and a half, and with their victory last night over Escambia, Choctaw has positioned itself as the #1 seed in the district tournament, which would mean an eventual date with their main rival, the Vikings of Fort Walton Beach High School, in round 1. And that's significant because the Vikings purposefully backed out of any regular season matchups against Choctawhatchee this year.
What?
For reasons that I wish Brady Brooks were here to explain in depth, and he will be back in studio with me tomorrow.
Okay.
And then he'll be gone on Friday because the Choctawhatchee baseball team has a really, really cool game on Friday at Blue Wahoo Stadium.
That's so cool.
That's so neat.
That's so cool.
Very cool.
That's a big deal for, like, can you imagine playing a high school sport in like a semi-professional arena?
And just one of the best minor league ballparks in the nation.
I
hands
haven't
down.
been.
I mean, in terms of view and accessibility and the atmosphere and the events that they do. You can actually book it as an Airbnb during the off season.
That's cool.
and camp out. And
So do they have, is the Blue Wahoos season similar to like the regular baseball season? Is it different because we're hotter down here, or how does that work?
it is, yeah. They are a farm team. I believe it's for the Florida Marlins,
Okay.
or the Miami Marlins. They used to be called the Florida Marlins.
Yeah.
And it basically, spring training is just now winding up, so teams are finalizing their rosters right now. So anyone that
Yeah,
doesn't
because
make the
opening
cut,
day is tomorrow, right?
Friday is today Thursday? It could be for some teams. Usually it might be like out of the country. I know the Braves opening day is on Friday against the Royals. That's
They're playing the Royals?
yes. We're opening
Ooh.
up against the Royals, and they have a series against the Athletics, all at home in Atlanta.
Oh, no. Hey, they're opening at Wrigley tomorrow, 1:20 Nationals at the Cubs.
Nice. I cannot wait. I know that Brady Brooks is excited about baseball season. That's his big thing. He's going to be back on the show tomorrow as co-host, and he'll be filling us in on all of his baseball exploits. I think Choctaw has another game tonight against Escambia as well. So fun team to watch. Fun person to listen to. Brady Brooks broadcasts those games on our sister station, 103.7, The Sports Ticket. On the other side of town, Niceville High School is once again searching for a head football coach.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, Richard Morgan has resigned after just one season. Morgan was a highly decorated. What the school decides, if they will look outside of the program or if they will hire from within. I've seen a particular assistant coach that's stuck with the program through multiple tenures that seems to be the public's choice.
Mhm.
And we'll see what happens with that. But it was a great year for Choctaw in that they finally broke the curse of not being able to beat Niceville, and they put a whooping on them in their home stadium.
They seem to be getting stronger every year too. The last 2 years, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they've got a very difficult schedule next year. They might not end up with the same regular season record, but it won't be due to a decrease in talent. They're really stepping up their strength of schedule. They're playing two teams from the state of Alabama. One of them is a defending state champion. It's going to be a fascinating season. I love that Coach Beasley has turned Choctawhatchee into a program that people want to play, that the people want to schedule. You know, he's not having to go out and find and fill gaps. You've got teams that want to visit our awesome Panhandle and see what all the noise is about this Choctaw team that made it all the way to the semifinals last year and had a home game in the Final Four and ended up losing to the eventual state champion, the Patriots, out of American Heritage. Yeah, well,
that's
listen.
the school that had like the private plane and all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't that the whole?
Yeah, they
the
didn't
whole
come
thing?
via private plane, but they certainly could have afforded to. It's about
Yeah.
$32,000 per student per semester. They've got a ridiculous endowment, and it's not just sports. They have the best theater facilities. I mean, they bring in actors. They give theater workshops.
And are they? So are they a private? How does that work? If they're a private, are they a charter school?
Yeah. Yes. They.
So the charter schools can play in the same.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not good at
FHSAA.
like the segments of high
yeah,
school sports.
we're gonna have to get into it on Monday when we
Okay.
have you back as
Okay.
co-host.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, thank
Thanks
you
for
so
having
much.
me.
Yeah, thanks Ashley Sukalski for stepping up as co-host here on this glorious Wednesday afternoon. This is Gareth Stearns for Fort Walton Beach, What We're Doing. We will be back same time, same channel tomorrow at 3 p.m. on FM News Talk 94.3 and streaming live on YouTube. Everyone have a great weekend. I'm off for some karaoke.
From the Magnolia Grill Studios, this is 94.3 FTW, WTKE HD3, W232CF, Fort Walton Beach's News Talk.
Fox News, I'm Tom Graham. A California jury siding with the plaintiff following a lawsuit targeting Meta and YouTube, accusing the social media platforms of harming children. Fox's Eric Sean.
The jury awarded $3 million in damages, split 70% for Meta, 30% by YouTube to the young plaintiff. She is now 20 years old. She's only known as Kaylee or by her initials, KGM. She had claimed that the social media sites are addictive and damage her mental health.
The jury also awarded an additional $3 million in punitive damages. President Trump will travel to Beijing now in May for a high-stakes summit with his Chinese counterpart.
President Trump was scheduled to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping next week, but postponed that trip after launching military strikes on Iran. Now that travel is rescheduled for May 14th and 15th.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. America is listening to Fox News.
Thanks everyone for tuning in for another rip-roaring episode of For Walton Beach What We're Doing. Thank you, Ashley, for being co-host. Please like, subscribe. If I can just get to 1,000 subscribers, it's going to open up a whole new whatever. I'm not even sure what yet, but Google tells me it's a lot of doors. Appreciate it. Same time, same place tomorrow. Everyone have a wonderful evening.